Welcome to From the Book Nook.
The cozy corner for book lovers.
Each episode, join our guest hosts as they dive into summaries and insights.
And stories that bring books to life. Let's turn the pages together.
Let's face it, the amount of health advice out there is it's enough to make anyone just give up.
Totally.
1 minute, it's all keto, the next, it's plant-based everything. But what if we could get to the core of what matters?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing today.
Okay.
We're diving deep into Good Energy.
Good energy.
By Dr. Casey Means. This isn't just another diet book.
Yeah.
It's so much more.
Yeah.
Dr. Means is a Stanford-trained physician.
Oh, wow.
She takes us deep into the connection between our metabolism and our health.
Interesting.
And, overall health, like how we feel day to day to our risk for serious diseases.
You're right. It's not just about weight loss or fitting into those genes.
Right.
Dr. Means starts with a shocking stat.
Okay.
93% of Americans are in the danger zone for at least one key metabolic marker.
93%. That's huge.
Yeah.
But what exactly are metabolic markers?
Good question.
For those of us who aren't doctors.
Right? So these are things like blood sugar, triglycerides, HDL cholesterol, blood pressure, and waist circumference.
So they're like clues about how our body uses food.
Exactly.
Clues about how well our metabolism is working.
Yeah.
So it's not just about how much we weigh.
Right.
It's about what's happening.
Exactly.
At a cellular level.
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
These markers aren't just numbers.
Okay.
They can predict your risk for chronic diseases.
So like if your blood sugar is high.
Right.
It's not just about diabetes.
Yeah.
You're at risk for heart disease, stroke.
Yes.
Even cognitive decline.
It's like they're early warning signals.
It's like having a glimpse into your future health.
I know.
And knowing that 93% of us are flashing at least one warning sign. That's a serious wake-up call.
It is, and this is where Dr. Means' concept of good energy comes in.
Okay.
When our metabolism is running smoothly, we're generating good energy. Our cells are humming along.
So they're working efficiently.
Yes, and that translates into feeling vibrant and mentally sharp.
Makes sense if your car's engine is running well.
Yeah.
You don't think about it.
Right. You just enjoy the ride.
But when things start sputtering,
exactly,
that's when you notice.
And just like with a car, if we ignore those signs, we'll break down.
So what throws our metabolism off?
Dr. Means dives into several things.
Okay.
But there are 3 major culprits.
Okay, let's unpack those.
I think this is where things will hit close to home.
For a lot of us, for sure.
First up is sugar overload.
Oh, boy.
We're consuming up to 3,000%.
Wow.
More liquid fructose.
3,000%.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And our ancestors.
Our bodies aren't designed for that.
They're not.
It's no wonder so many of us struggle with our health.
And it's not just the sugar we add to things.
Right.
It's everywhere.
Like in processed foods.
Exactly. Processed foods are culprit number 2.
Okay.
70% of the average American's diet comes from processed foods.
Which are loaded with sugar.
Yeah.
Unhealthy fats.
And artificial ingredients.
So they're basically empty calories.
They hijack our taste buds.
But our bodies are starving.
Yes, for real nutrients.
It's like filling your gas tank with water.
I love that analogy.
You think you're fueling up, but you're not.
And to make matters worse, we've also reduced how much energy we use. Culprit number 3 is the movement deficit.
Movement or lack thereof.
Our ancestors were constantly moving.
Yeah, we're not.
It's a mismatch for our metabolism.
So we're living in this modern world with ancient bodies.
That's a problem.
Our lifestyles are out of sync.
Totally.
Too much of the bad stuff. Not enough of the good.
And that's why so many of us are experiencing bad energy.
Feeling sluggish and foggy-headed.
But the good news is we're not stuck.
Yeah, I like where this is going.
Dr. Means offers a roadmap
for reclaiming our metabolic health.
And boosting that good energy.
And that's what we'll dive into next.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we've identified the culprits.
Right.
Sugar overload.
Yeah.
Processed foods. And a lack of movement.
Totally.
But now for the good stuff.
Right.
How do we turn things around and start cultivating good energy?
It all starts with what we're eating.
Oh, food.
And don't worry, it's not diet time.
What relief.
Dr. Means isn't about deprivation or strict plans.
Okay, good.
It's about understanding how food fuels our bodies.
And making choices that work.
Exactly.
Less willpower, more working with our body.
That's it.
I like that.
So what does that look like?
Yeah, good question.
Well, one of the most powerful things you can do is to just crowd out those processed foods with real whole foods, like vibrant veggies, fruits bursting with flavor, healthy fats that keep you full.
And satisfied.
Yes, and lean protein for muscles.
That makes sense. Back to basics.
Sometimes we overcomplicate things.
It's true.
All the superfoods and supplements.
Maybe it really is about those simple, nutrient-rich foods.
I think so.
You're right.
And there's so much to explore within those categories.
Oh, yeah.
New recipes, new cuisines, what works for one person might not for another.
And that's where bio-individuality comes in.
Bio-individuality. I hear that word a lot.
I know, it's trendy.
But what does it mean for nutrition?
It means recognizing that we're all different, have different genes, lifestyles, gut microbiomes.
Wow.
Even cultural backgrounds.
And all of that affects how our bodies use food.
Yes.
So no one size fits all.
Nope.
It's about being a detective for your own body.
Love that.
What works for you?
Right.
Dr. Means says to tune in to how different foods make you feel. Okay?
Maybe keep a food journal. Track your meals and your energy.
Throughout the day.
Yeah, so you can see what's triggering you.
Like bloating or tiredness.
Exactly. That's valuable info.
Your own science experiment.
I like it. But are there any universal principles?
Oh, there are.
Even with all the individual variations?
Dr. Means is big on fiber.
Fiber, okay.
Many of us don't get enough.
Yeah.
It's crucial for metabolic health.
Good for digestion.
Right.
But how does it impact our metabolism?
Fiber is a carb our bodies can't digest.
Okay.
It acts like a scrub brush for our gut.
Keeping things moving.
It also slows down sugar absorption.
So no energy spikes and crashes.
And it feeds good bacteria in our gut.
Which is good for immunity.
Yeah.
It's a 2-for-1.
Right.
Better digestion and better metabolic function.
But when I think fiber,
Me too.
I think bran flakes.
And prunes.
Not very exciting.
How do we get more fiber and still enjoy our food?
It's about variety.
Okay.
Aim for at least 50 grams per day.
50 grams.
It sounds like a lot, but it's doable.
Okay, how?
Start your day with oatmeal, topped with berries and nuts.
Okay.
Swap white bread for a salad.
Lots of greens and veggies.
And don't forget legumes.
Like lentils?
And black beans. They're fiber powerhouses.
I'm inspired to up my fiber game.
Good.
But what about exercise?
Oh, yeah, the big one.
I barely have time to brush my teeth.
I hear you. Let alone hit the gym.
You don't have to spend hours at the gym.
Okay, good.
Even short bursts of activity help.
Like taking the stairs.
Yes.
Walking at lunch. Squats while waiting for coffee.
That's the spirit.
It's about finding those opportunities to move.
And even those small bits help your insulin sensitivity.
So it regulates blood sugar.
And prevents energy swings.
I like it.
What other ways can we sneak in movement?
They make it fun.
Get creative, dance while you do dishes. Walk while you talk on the phone.
Oh.
Stretches during TV time.
Park further away.
It all adds up.
Find what you enjoy.
And what fits your life.
It's a mental shift.
Yeah.
Exercise doesn't have to be this big ordeal.
It can be fun.
And part of daily life.
Right.
And don't forget about nature.
Yeah.
A walk in the park, a hike in the woods.
Even just sitting in your backyard.
It's good for your body and mind.
Okay, so we've covered food, movement.
Yes.
2 big pieces of the good energy puzzle.
2 down.
But there's one more pillar.
I know what you're going to say.
Sleep.
Sleep.
It's something we all struggle with.
It's true.
What does Dr. Means say about sleep and metabolic health?
Sleep is essential.
I know, but tell me why.
Our bodies repair and recharge.
Okay.
It regulates hormones.
Which ones?
The ones that control appetite and metabolism.
So when we don't sleep enough,
right,
those hormones get messed up.
and we get cravings.
Insulin resistance.
Even weight gain.
It's not just about feeling groggy.
It's deeper than that.
Chronic sleep deprivation is serious.
For your whole health.
And it's not just quantity.
No.
It's quality too.
Dr. Means talks about creating a sleep sanctuary.
Okay, like a special place for sleep.
Fluffy pillows.
Blackout curtains.
A white noise machine.
All very relaxing.
Beyond the environment. What can we do to improve our sleep? Create a bedtime routine.
Like a ritual.
Warm bath.
Reading a book.
Calming music.
Okay.
Avoid screens before bed.
That's a tough one.
I know.
The blue light messes with our sleep.
Keep your bedroom dark.
Quiet and cool.
Stick to a schedule even on weekends.
To regulate your sleep cycle.
Yes.
These are great tips.
Yeah.
But I'm guilty of phone scrolling in bed.
We've all been there.
It's so tempting.
It is.
It's about creating those healthy habits.
And being mindful.
Even small changes can make a difference.
You got it.
So we've talked about real food,
Yeah.
moving our bodies, and sleep.
The trifecta.
All for better metabolic function.
And more good energy.
But is there more?
Oh, there's always more.
Are there other things that impact our energy?
There are.
Things we might not even realize.
In the next part,
Okay.
we'll look at some surprising factors.
Like what?
Like stress.
Oh, yeah, stress.
Environmental toxins.
And even the power of our thoughts. Okay, this is getting good.
I can't wait.
All right, we're back and ready to uncover more about good energy.
Yes. Let's dive in.
We've talked about food, movement, sleep.
The big ones.
But you mentioned stress and environmental toxins.
Right.
I'm curious how those fit in.
It's all connected. You know, we think of stress as mental or emotional.
Yeah.
But it impacts us physically too.
Especially our metabolism.
Exactly.
So that fight or flight response, it's not just in our heads.
It triggers changes in our bodies.
Big changes.
When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones.
Like cortisol.
Yes. Cortisol, I've heard of that.
It gives us energy to deal with challenges.
So it's helpful.
In short bursts.
But
when we're stressed all the time.
Chronically stressed.
Cortisol stays high.
And that's bad.
It messes with our metabolism.
We're stuck in emergency mode.
Even when there's no danger.
And that leads to metabolic issues.
Increased blood sugar.
Insulin resistance.
Weight gain. Stress can make us gain weight.
It can.
What if you don't feel super stressed, but you're tired and run down?
Could be stress.
Really?
It can be subtle.
Like what kind of signs?
Trouble sleeping.
Okay.
Digestive issues.
Uh-huh.
Cravings for sugar or salt.
Oh, yeah.
Fatigue. Mood swings.
Stress is a whole body experience.
It really is.
So if we're noticing those signs, we need to check our stress levels.
It's a good idea.
But life is stressful.
I know.
Work, family, finances, the news.
It never ends.
How do we manage stress when it feels unavoidable?
Find what works for you.
Okay.
And do it regularly.
Make it a habit.
Dr. Means suggests meditation. Deep breathing.
Okay.
Spending time in nature.
I like that.
Disconnecting from technology.
Yes.
Doing something you enjoy.
It's about finding those moments of peace.
Even when things are crazy.
And you know, Dr. Means also talks about environmental toxins as stressors.
I wouldn't normally think of that.
It's important. We're exposed to so many chemicals.
Everywhere.
Food, water, air.
Even our products.
And our bodies can only handle so much.
Our detoxification systems can get overwhelmed.
So we're working overtime to process it all.
It's exhausting.
And some toxins mess with our hormones.
The ones that regulate metabolism.
So it's not just what we eat.
Right.
But what we're absorbing from our environment.
It all matters.
It feels overwhelming.
I know.
Where do we even begin?
Start with small changes. Check the ingredients in your products.
My shampoo and stuff.
Look for natural ingredients.
Okay.
Avoid harsh chemicals. Choose organic produce.
To reduce pesticides.
Filter your water.
Okay.
Small steps add up.
It's about taking control.
Being aware of what's around us.
And making healthy choices.
You got it.
I love that Dr. Means doesn't just focus on the physical stuff.
Yeah.
She talks about mindset, too.
It's all connected.
She calls it self-care as healthcare.
I love that.
It's not just about pills or doctors. It's about taking care of ourselves every day, nurturing our minds and bodies.
Exactly.
So self-care isn't selfish.
No, it's essential.
It's about creating a life that supports our well-being.
And that includes a positive mindset.
Even when things are tough.
Dr. Means says our thoughts impact our health.
Wow.
If we're always negative.
It brings us down.
Mentally and physically.
So our thoughts really can affect our bodies.
They do.
That's incredible.
Focus on what you can control.
Okay.
Celebrate your progress.
Make those small positive changes.
It all makes a difference.
We have the power to shape our health.
We do.
This has been so eye-opening.
I'm glad.
As we wrap up our deep dive into good energy.
Yes.
What are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Remember, your health is in your hands.
We have the power.
There's so much we can do.
To create more good energy.
It's about making conscious choices.
Every day.
Nourishing our bodies and minds.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
A huge thank you to Dr. Casey Means.
Of her book.
Good Energy.
Such a good read.
And to our listeners.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive.
It's never too late to start making changes.
Small changes, big results.
Dr. Means says your body is your most precious possession.
It's true.
Treat it with love, respect, gratitude.
And it will reward you.
With a lifetime of good energy.
Cheers to that.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of From the Book Nook.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love having you here in our cozy little corner of the book world.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
And we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and book recommendations in the comments.
It really helps us connect with more book lovers like you.
And we'll meet you right back here in the Nook.
Until next time, keep turning those pages.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.